So I decided to make another video while my other video is struggling to upload. This is going to be about how to breathe properly, because it is another one of those things we are doing incorrectly. Most humans are breathing improperly. Our most fundamental resource, and we're doing it wrong. It's another example of just something we are disconnected from, something we don't learn and we never learn, and it just compounds all of our health issues. And I can prove this to you right now. So take a deep breath. If you puff up your chest or raise your shoulders, if you did that in your deep breath, you're breathing wrong. That is the incorrect way to breathe. So right off the bat, how can you expect to be healthy if your body's not even getting the right oxygen, the right amount of oxygen, the way you're supposed to breathe? And the easiest way to see this is true is look at a baby lying flat on its back. It breathes by its whole body opens up, its whole belly, its whole torso goes up and down. You need to breathe deep into your belly. There's just no other way to put it. That's how you breathe properly. Now, maybe if you really trying to take a deep breath, you breathe into your belly first, and then your chest and shoulders. But that is biologically the proper way to breathe. And over time, we lose this ability or this function, the proper use of this function of breathing. As we grow up from adolescence, we slowly go rigid and close around our bodies. But before I explain that process a little more, there is kind of like a meme where if someone reminds you to breathe, you suddenly have to do it manually. It's no longer like this autopilot, second nature type thing, or just like a background effect. So it's just kind of like if you ever want to make someone feel uncomfortable, just tell them to breathe, and then they'll have to like manually do it. Whoever said that is wrong. You are supposed to breathe consciously each and every breath. You're supposed to be the one breathing. That's how you live in the moment. That's how you stop being in your head. That's how you get out of your head. Your breath is your consciousness. And so when you're breathing into your whole body, you're now consciously in your body rather than in this like ether space in your head. It is vital to breathe into your stomach, and vitality means life. And so it is life to breathe. That is life. Your consciousness in your life. So over time, we lose this. It's natural. It's part of growing up, growing pains, and learning society and these rules. And you're told to stay quiet. All of elementary, middle, and high school, if you go to church or if you're in any sort of like environment in public, you're just told to stop talking, stop talking, stop talking. And over time, we internalize this, or we go through traumatic events, and it's part of dissociating. So when you're dissociating, you're completely out of your body. You're in that like ether space. Or even if you're just on your phone and TV, you forget to breathe because your consciousness is projected into this like third party. You're no longer grounded. And we start feeling pain in our feet first, and we just go rigid and muscles tighten up. We're not getting proper blood flow and oxygen. And so you start developing feet problems, ankle problems, shin, knee, hip, and so on and so forth up into your body. And eventually you stop breathing into your belly. You stop even thinking about breathing. And you get stomach problems, back problems, chest problems, neck problems, everything just from the feet up. We're becoming rigid. So movement is life. And when you stop moving, when you stop having blood move in you, when you stop having properly oxygenated blood, it just slowly compounds all these issues. Other than just getting oxygen and being present in your body, belly breathing, or I should just say breathing, it rejuvenates your gut, helps to massage and allow blood flow into your stomach, which is super important and doesn't really ever get talked about. That your internal organs, they need to be not exercised in the same way that your muscles are, but they need to be They need to be moved and massaged, and they need to be kept from being just stagnant and constantly under stress from digesting all this kind of food. And eventually, over time, we stop breathing altogether, and our breathing gets cut off at the neck. It cuts off our heads from our body. And so that's what it means to be in your head, is you're physically in your head and you're not breathing. That's as far as most people's breath go. That's like that background autopilot breathing. And this is what choking is. You think of like sports or competition or some sort of performance, right? And you're doing it, or someone's doing it, and it could be social interactions or anything. You're in the moment, and you suddenly freeze up. You physically forget to breathe because you are in your head, and the breath doesn't reach below your head, so you choke because you're physically not breathing, you're choking. Your head is cut off from your body, you freeze up, you tighten up, you're paralyzed. And so that's why in those performances, when you like freak out in your head, it's because you stopped breathing. And in society, people aren't mindless or brain dead or headless. What we are right now is we're bodiless. We exist only in our heads and in that projection of like the ether of the social network and TV and computers and anxiety and our problems. You can still do those things, but do them no longer as a third party, but your whole body is involved in that, because your whole consciousness will be in your body once you start to breathe properly. And that's also why it's called spacing out or dissociating. And maybe they have their uses, especially if you're going something through really bad, but just know that, and usually we don't choose to dissociate. It's usually as a response to overwhelming pain or fear. But at some point you have to try to get back into your body and learn how to breathe again. So to learn how to do this, to train it back into yourself, when you're laying down, or you can, like at night, or you can go lay down on like an exercise mat or something. You lay down and put your hands on your stomach and use that to help guide your abdominal muscles up and down as you're breathing. Just naturally, slowly, through your nose, preferably, because your nose filters particles and stuff. So it's important to breathe into your nose to help keep your lungs from inhaling all sorts of pollutants and spores and dust and bacteria and all that kind of stuff. So breathe through your nose, fill up your lungs and your belly, use your hands to help guide you, and just do that constantly whenever you can remember. Whether you're laying down, sitting down, walking, you'll start to slowly train yourself. You'll do it for like 5 minutes a day and then probably forget about it. But just try to do it when you can, and eventually you'll learn how to just do that all the time naturally, to be in the moment. And when you're first breathing, you may feel like the first time you do this, you may even feel a little like buzz or lightheadedness. You may even feel dizzy because you've never like breathed like that in probably your whole life, except when you were a baby. So just doing that, you may experience a lot of tingling or even catharsis, depending on just what you've gone through in your life. So that's natural. Just relax and breathe, and you'll notice your voice and your thoughts and your whole like consciousness is going to slow down. It's going to lower, and you're going to be more grounded. You're going to speak more groundedly. You think of like when you get excited and your voice gets really high and you just like sputter everything that comes to your mind. And when you act like that, that's kind of how most people are all the time, is their breathing gets cut off. So you exist only in your head, and when you breathe, you bring your consciousness down, your voice down, your body down, your mind down. Everything just gets more controlled. You're in your body, not just occupying a space in your head. You're actually in your body. And this is super important in healing your body, especially if there's like a lot of trauma or a lot of things stored in your body. That this is the first step And the first step for just learning how to exist properly, healing, all these things, even just getting out of your head if you're anxious, learn how to breathe. This is the first step, because you think of like you can eat unhealthy your whole life and you'll have more chances of getting diseases. You drink like toxic water your whole life, or soda, that's going to have effects. It's the same thing with breathing. Breathe through your nose into the fullness of your stomach, into the fullness of your gut, into as low as possible into your body. So yeah, everything is stored in your body. Your body is your mind. So don't just stay in that one spot. Go be in every part of your body. It's unfair that we kind of lose this, that we go through this and no one teaches us how to do it properly. But it's also super important because I'm going to make a video soon about how to meditate. And so you need probably a couple weeks of just practicing this before you even try to meditate, because you won't really get anywhere if you don't have that down, if you haven't started to develop that muscle memory and the being able to stay in your body, to be grounded and breathing properly. That'll all be super important for meditation. Well, I'll explain it later, but actual like deep meditation, not just like mindfulness or not like the Netflix or corporate version of meditation, which is to just like clear your mind for 5 minutes. I'm talking about like actual deep meditation where you experience things that you probably only expect in like psychedelics, but we'll get into that later. Even if you are being stationary, watching TV, playing games or something, you can still breathe properly. You have this opportunity to practice breathing all the time, every day, in car rides, at job, school, whatever, wherever you're at. Just learn how to breathe again and feel yourself speaking clearer, not being so caught up, not being so excitable. Stay grounded and cool, and feel your body again. Don't like retract from trauma or pain or that rigidity. Be inside your body again, and yeah, just learn how to breathe again. Probably the most important thing you'll do in your life for your health is just making sure you have oxygen and all the other qualities of breathing properly. So yeah, get out of that headspace and bring yourself back into your body. Breathe into your belly. Practice it. Be conscious of it. Do it every day, all day. Just every time you remember, try to breathe. Don't let it be a background process. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Peace out.